Okay, so today we're going to be doing another video update, and it's going to be talking about all of the trades that I'm taking in the market right now. For the purpose of these videos, we're going to be focusing on providing you as much information as possible about the live trades I'm taking in the market on a weekly basis. So this is just going to be taking time out of my day whenever I can to update you on the trades that I've already taken, the trades I'm thinking of taking, and what exactly I'm doing in between. So for example, if I'm adding to the positions, moving take profits, getting out of the trades, and trying to explain a bit about exactly why I'm doing that. If you're asking yourself this question, why am I going to be doing this for you? Why am I uploading videos to my YouTube channel? Well, just to introduce myself to you, my name is Morgan and I run MS Equities Trading. I not only teach students in over 28 countries around the world about how to trade and invest in the financial markets, but I'm a professional trader and I manage capital on behalf of clients based around the world as well. So I run a very specialized product called a copy trading system, which allows clients to copy my trading portfolios. So for the purpose of these videos is to definitely provide some form of assistance and support to people out there that I haven't met that are able to access this content completely free of charge. I'm sure you'll see on my YouTube channel I have close to 100 videos just of pure educational content teaching people about free educational information that could help them in trading in the financial markets. So jumping into this video, what I'm going to be doing is running you through the updates of two of the trades that I have open right now. I spoke about these trades in this previous video over here. You can click on the I to go and watch that video to have a look at the updates on it. And I'm going to talk about a trade that I closed on the pound CAD. And this was a trade that I spoke about in that video as well. Now, just to give you an update, there was a previous video that came out right over here. It was actually the previous video just before uploading this one, where it was a conversation between myself and a client that copies my trading portfolios, talking about our returns in 2018. So anyone who's a little bit confused about that, very soon we're going to be uploading a new video explaining it in full detail about the clients that can come on board and the clients that can't, because of jurisdiction, because of legalities, policy, because of things to do with trading regulations. There's certain clients that I'm not allowed to speak with and I'm not allowed to bring on board. But in certain countries, I am allowed to. We have to do this legally, we have to do it properly. And I'm going to be doing a video on that very soon. But jumping into this video, we're going to be doing a quick update and then wrapping this video up. So onto the trading screens, we're going to be starting out with the USD Norwegian krone. Now, previously, if you have a look at my Twitter feed, there was some post that came out on Jan 3rd about the US dollar Norwegian krone, where I was talking about this strong resistance level. So as you can see, I was circling where the resistance levels were forming. Now, in the last three candles that you can see on this very right-hand side, that was where I was adding my short positions. Unfortunately, we had a very, very strong bullish candle right over here, followed by a good bearish candle and then a bit of a pivot candle when I posted this. Now, the reason why I say it was unfortunate to have such a strong bullish candle is because I added my first short position towards the bottom of that bullish candle. So my position did go into a loss, but luckily, because of having low risk, I didn't have to worry about it at all. Now, jumping into this chart here, you can basically see that we've now gone into the next candlestick. So if we call this the bullish candle, we call this the next pivot candle, and then this candle was sort of a slightly green candle on that Twitter chart. Now you can see how price has moved very bearish, price has come back down. We've got close to top to bottom of this candle, close to about 164 pips. And then the next candle now opening up, we're sitting on Monday. So it's the first day of the week, still very little day, still very small week of trading. We've already got some bearish sentiment there. So the first level of support that I'm expecting price to hit some volatility at is definitely going to be having a look at the previous resistance levels. So if you have a look at a simple example like a Gartley, where we'd have something where price action would test previous resistance equals future support. So we could see a possible bounce off one of these levels over here. Maybe it's going to be a big bounce, maybe it'll be a small bounce, but over the long term, I'm expecting price action to still come back down through this level over here. So that would definitely be my chance to try and see if I can get back down to this lower level in the 8.24 region. So in terms of the trades that I've still got open on this, I've got a few positions open. Pricing from, let's have a look here, let's sort it. Okay, so from the lowest to the highest position, We've got 8.553, 8.586, 8.614, 8.614 again, and 8.706 with another one at 8.746. So the 8.746 is a lot higher up. That is the highest position on the short orders that I've got open, which I'm happy with. And then going down, the lowest that we've got is 8.55, which I said is in that area where price action is right now. So right now on this position, we've basically had those smaller positions in the loss. I averaged in higher up. Now price action has come back down. I've covered my loss and made profit on top of it. So this position is sitting in around about just under 0.25% profit, depending on which portfolio I look at, because I manage multiple different trading portfolios. And I'm happy with the progress of this, but I still want that price action to come down a bit. My goal is trying to get between the 8.3 and the 8.22 levels on the USD Norwegian krone, but I'm going to be watching closely at that 8.46 level. If we have a bit of support bounce that happens, maybe we get a dead cat bounce, maybe price action breaks straight through. But this week will be a defining factor to see if we can hold that level. But making sure I stay below 8.55 is important because that's where my lowest short position is. I'm going to be holding the rest of the positions right up at the top to make sure I can cover that loss, stay net neutral on this position, and see if I can add more profit as we go down. Now going into the next position, going on back onto the charts, is going to be the Euro Norwegian krone. Now I also have a short position here, but I only have one short position on this at 9.929. I did have other positions open on a different trading portfolio, but those are going to be other positions on one of my private portfolios as well. So having a look at this, we've got 9.92, excuse me. That is the short order for Euro Norwegian krone. So over here, we've basically got 9.92 is right up over here. I landed up short in this in the spike of the bullish candle. So if I go down here, 9.92, there we go. So we got really close to the top of this candle. I actually waited for the spinning top candle to form. So I saw price action was spiking right up on this bullish candle, came straight back down and decided to myself, this was the candlestick I wanted to have a look at, and I decided to short in that position. So in terms of this, targeting, this was a much better position for me to take. I waited for that pivot candle to form, and that is what really confirmed the pivot in the price action earlier on the USD Norwegian krone. I was slightly earlier on the position, and that's why I had to average in higher up. That happens from time to time. It's not a train smash, it's not the end of the world, but I definitely could have done better. Now, in terms of candlestick analysis, very important thing to any of you beginners out there who don't know too much about why candlestick analysis is important, make sure to have a look at this video up over here. Click on the eye as well. The video will be in that gallery. You can watch that and have a learn about what candlesticks are and how you can use them for your trading success. In that video, you can request for my candlestick PDF that I've built especially for my students. We'll send it straight to you for free. All you got to do is email us. There's no strings attached. We'll send it straight through to you. So back onto the charts. I definitely think that this is a great trade. Once again, we could possibly see a level of support bounce over here. Just like on the USD Norwegian krone, we had a simple example forming up. So if we definitely break down below those levels, which I'm hoping we do, we're going to hopefully have price moving down towards this level. So in the region of 9.62 to 9.58 is going to be exactly where I'm having a look at. So if we just put a... there we go. That is more or less where I'm hoping price action moves to. So that could be over the next week, next 2 weeks, depending on what we look at. But luckily, because I'm short at 9.92, I'm really far out of the risk. So in terms of being out of the risk, what I mean by that is the position is in a profit. I don't have more than, I think on my private portfolio, I've got about 3 short orders on this. But on this, I've only got 1. So I'm really happy with the fact that I'm low risk on this. Most of my risk is sitting on the US dollar Norwegian krone, which I'm happy with having right now. But definitely going to hold this over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Hopefully we can get some more performance in the Euro Norwegian krone because there hasn't been much movement this Monday compared to what's happened on the US dollar. So in terms of these 2 positions, going to hold them, see what I want to do next. But moving on to the last trade is the GBP CAD. So just to start off with on the GBP CAD, I uploaded this video over here talking about the the GBP CAD and how I was able to show the before and after on all my Twitter feed and show exactly how using Twitter, posting up onto social media helped me so much with alerting everyone and keeping them updated with what I was doing on the trade. So to anyone who wants to follow my Twitter feed, it's Morgan B. Sampson. You can follow me and keep updated with all the trade ideas I come out with. I try and post as many great trade ideas up as I possibly can. But going onto the charts here, what we're going to be having a look at is one of the before and after pictures that I posted. So we're going to be seeing how this was basically showing a previous spike in one of the candles, and later that day, the next day, actually less than 24 hours later, we had a massively bearish performance. Now, in terms of that video that I posted up, that basically was an open and closed analysis. But what I wanted to do is show you something that I said in the video. So what I did say about it is on the daily charts, if we have a look at these Bollinger Bands with the period sitting at 25, we can see how the Bollinger Band has been hit quite strongly with the last two daily candles. So what you can see zooming in very closely over here is that we've got a very strong pivot candle that's formed on the 25 period. Now, in terms of the next candle forming up, you can see there's a slight bearish open to it. It opens slightly lower than the previous candle, but we've still got that movement moving slightly higher. Now, we could have price form a dead cat bounce where price moves slightly higher over here, maybe back up to this level, and then breaks down again. But once again, that is going to be a prediction that we would only be able to use based on probability. Now, that could possibly happen where we see price bounce slightly higher and then come straight back down to this lower level again. But the problem is we could also see price forming up and moving much, much higher. So we could see a bounce straight back up to the previous highs. Now, in terms of this is a very difficult thing to predict where it's a 50-50. I'm not entirely sure if price is going to break fully down or price might bounce back up. And that's specifically why I got out of the position. So in terms of closing off this video, an important lesson I wanted to show to you is that I'm known to a lot of my colleagues and to some of my clients, well, quite a few of my clients, because I'm so open and transparent, for getting out of positions very early. Now, sometimes that can be bad because I leave some profit on the table. But the thing is that when I can get out, I'm out of that risk, I'm out of the uncertainty, and I can keep that money as realized profit, and I can see and wait, on the next opportunity. Now, the difference is a lot of traders will try and maximize their profit on the trade. So let's say, for example, we've hit that level and now there might possibly be a bounce. Now, I could be wrong and price action keeps falling and I could have doubled my profits, but it's a 50-50 because the chances of it turning and moving straight back to the previous highs is also there. So the thing is that if I'm trying to balance up what I already have as profit. So let's say, for example, I make it, let's say $5,000 in this trade, and I've got that $5,000 sitting here. And I think to myself, I could make 10 or I could lose it all. Now, in terms of a good mentality, a bit of a gambling mentality is to say to yourself, let me maximize it and try and make 10, which sometimes is quite brave. But if you don't have anything to back up that statement of I should do this, then it's basically gambling because you don't have any logic behind it. You've only got your emotion and your discretion. But if you say to yourself, I'll take that 5 and I'll move on to the next trade. Now what happens is you close that position out and now there's less risk on your portfolio and you can reallocate that money into a different trade. So it's a much more intelligent and logical way of moving your money around is once you have enough, take the money, get out of the position and try and move on to the next position that looks good, looks logical, and has a good risk reward to it. Now, in terms of a position, if you're seeing that it's a 50-50, it's a bit of a toss-up, but your position's in a profit. For myself, I try and get out of the position and move on. That's really the conclusion of how I got out of this trade. Now, in terms of the other two trades, I'm going to leave those, see how the performance goes. But in terms of going forwards, I'm going to see if I can find some more trades coming out this week. But to everyone, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hoped this helped teach you a little bit more about how I'm looking at my trades and monitoring them, but I'll make sure to see you in the next one. So anyone who wants to have a look at our website and our training programs, if you're looking for some education above and beyond the YouTube channel, you can visit www.msequitiestrading.com. You can see how we train students in over 28 countries around the world, how we run extensive online coaching programs, how it's a 12-month program, there's private coaching included, and on top of that, not only do the students access a website portal, they can access a mobile application, that allows them to study with us through their mobile app, no matter where they are in the world. And on top of that, we do testing, assignments, and extensive video and reading content on top of that. If you want to get directly in contact with our team, email study@msequities.com and my team will get back to you. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers for now.